So, I've been using the Falcam system, the F22, F38 and F50 for a few years, I think more than 2 years now, and I have so many accessories and not all of them are on the table. Cages, foldable cages, and I thought I wanted to go through some things that I was nervous about before I bought into the system, like some skepticism or some doubts if it was good enough because I had seen it on YouTube. I think Caleb Pike put out a video and then I first got to know it, and I wanted an easy cage system so I wouldn't fumble in front of the clients but just set it up and put it on. And now it's been a few years and I thought I would do a long-term review of all the accessories that I have, or at least most of them. And I think the best place to start is the cage system and handles. I have the cage for my A7C Mark II. I have it for the FX30 and I have another FX30 at my disposal, also with a cage system. Besides that, I have the foldable cage, the foldable half cage they have made, and I've just attached their F38 plate on the side so I can easily mount my camera like that. And overall, I think the cage system works really well. I think there is enough mounting points, and I've heard other people say online that they didn't think there was enough mounting points, but it has never really been an issue for me. Actually, let me find something. One thing I enjoy is the bottom of all the cages because it has the F22, which means I can take a handle on the bottom for vertical shooting. I can also put it on the top, but of course, most people will probably film like so. But with the F38 I can also, bad example. But because it has the F38 system on the bottom, it's easy to attach it to all the systems that I have everywhere in my studio and all the tripods. But it is also easy on the sides because it also has the F38, but just here on the side of the bottom, you can say. And this one is a little bit more finicky. Oh, wrong side. As I said, it does work, but I think every single time I try to put it on the side here, it is a bit quirky. It's not as smooth of an experience as putting it on the bottom. And that leads me to why I have this extra cage also, where I have attached the F38 on the side here. I attach it like so, so it's basically a cage on top of a cage. It makes it a bit more bulky, but then I can take their Ronin gimbal plate that I also have for my gimbal, and I can attach it on the side here, and that makes the bottom plate be right in the middle of the camera, so I can easily put it down and make a really compact and stable vertical rig. I think the handles are also pretty good, like you can attach and detach for the top handle. You can easily attach the side handles. There are options to attach stuff on top of the side handles as well. And they even have this tiny accessory that is like, you can attach it and then there's just a cold shoe. And I've actually used that quite a bit. So if you get the system, I can definitely recommend this little thing. Don't know what it's called. You'll find it. So I feel like the handles are sturdy and they're comfortable, but the only thing I have with them that I don't really like is that they don't swivel or spin. I wouldn't spin it. Sometimes if you shoot low, you don't want your hand here, you want it more at an angle, so it's more comfortable. And they don't have that as an option, at least not while recording this video. I hope they will come out with another handle that can turn, but as of now they don't. But I feel like the handles make it easy to build with this system like you are building with Lego. So right now I have a vertical rig without a lens on, but a monitor that is at a perfect angle, and I can turn it, depends on what angle I'm filming from, and it's stable, it's easy to put on a tripod, and that is one of the reasons I really enjoy this Falcam system. So I feel like another important thing with this system that should be talked about is the tripod mounts. The F38, which is smaller, and the F50, which are used for V-mount batteries. Because this right here is on every single tripod I have in the studio. And we have quite a few. And it makes it so easy to attach, detach your camera. It's very secure. There's not really any wiggle. With this little switch here, it's easy to lock it also. And this right here is the F50. You can see it's much bigger. I have attached this on all of my bigger tripods, and that is also how I have built my rod system. And now the whole system is on rods, so really nice. I will say the only thing I find negative about the F50 is actually on the bottom of the cages, because it's not long, it's only the right width. So finding the right spot to put it on a, you see, now it's not tight anymore, and I can try again, and there you see when this lever is clicked in that way, that means it's secure, and then it really is secure. But to find the right spot, you really have to, yeah. So as you can see, that is not the easiest thing. It still works well, but it doesn't just snap in like you would want it. So a workaround from this that I have found is, again, using the same thing from the gimbal, put on, and then it basically converts it to the F38, and then it's much easier to attach. But still, it would be nice to not have to do that. And now let's talk about all the accessories that you can use for this. And I feel like the accessories in this Falcam system makes it into an ecosystem that is almost hard to get out of, because you get so used to how quick it is to attach and detach some things that you're using. They have so many accessories, and I don't have all of them, of course, but something like this clamp, it's so easy to tighten and loosen. Then they have the F22 system on here, so it's easy to just attach a magic arm to it. But again, if we talk about the magic arm, this one in particular, I don't know if I have a bad model, but whenever I tighten it as much as I can, I still find a bit of wiggle room. And other magic arms that I have tried, I think Manfrotto, they don't have that, at least not the ones I've tried. I don't know if I'm unlucky with this particular one. I also have another magic arm, and it also seems like it needs oil or something, but I don't want to put oil on my camera gear. So not all accessories are created equal. The monitor mount is really nice, and I don't necessarily have any complaints about this, but I will say the F22, the micro plates here, they can get loose pretty frequently. I was on a shoot earlier today. I always have like one of these with me because of that, so I can easily tighten it. But it's a bit of a quirk, but it has never ruined my gear or made it annoying, besides the fact that I just need to tighten it sometimes. This one is weird because I don't know what this is called on their system, but it's basically made for attaching on the side of your gimbal, then taking half of your top handle and slide on, and then now you can see it's a side handle for your gimbal. You see I have an attachment right here. So I attach this arm to the side, and then like so. But the problem is that it is just too flimsy. So I don't enjoy using this like so. I would still buy this thing for a different reason. And that is from what I showed earlier on the vertical rig, where I take the side handle, typically my left side handle, and then I attach this thing on top, because then it's so easy to, you can see how quick it is to attach and detach all of this stuff. And this makes it so nice for a vertical rig. There are other ways that I have done a vertical rig, like with a magic arm, but then whenever I have to adjust the angle a bit, I have to detighten. Oh, it's late. Then I have to loosen it up, and then it just becomes all flimsy and it can go everywhere, and that's smart for some situations. But to just adjust the screen a little bit, the other option is much better in my opinion. Yeah, I think that was most of the things that I have to say about the Falcam system. If I was to start all over now, I think I would go with the Falcam system again. I have not tried that many other options. I've seen that Small Rig recently came out with like a hog lock, which is almost like a copy of the Falcam system. And I don't know if it's more secure because I haven't tried it, but this ecosystem makes it really nice to be a filmmaker. The only thing I hope for the future is that they will build or make more accessories, maybe a side handle that can turn, or a side handle with a battery in it, so you can have an extra battery with you on the system. That would be really cool to see. Or like a compact B-mount setup for the Falcam system that can just click into place. That would be really nice. I would get that right away. I think that was pretty much all I had to say about the system. I do enjoy using it, and I will still enjoy using it, and I haven't shown everything that I have from this system, at least not yet. But if you're really interested in this particular build or a vertical rig, just put it in the comment section, and hope you'll have a good day. You're welcome.